Business owners and employees on Market Street say the roadworks along that north-south thoroughfare seemingly has no end and is killing what business they have left after months of roadworks. LaDawn Davis has their story tonight.
When Market Street became a single lane for vehicular traffic going southbound and from Wolf Road heading north remained a two-way thoroughfare back in March, that new change posed a major concern to a number of small businesses in the Market Street area, who say they lost some, if not all, of their clients. Making matters worse for these small business owners are the roadworks being carried out by the Ministry of Works as a part of its infrastructural upgrade. Employee of Joe's Jerk Pit, Dorothy Roll, says business at the popular food establishment has been extremely slow and feels the move to dig up a number of thoroughfares during this tough economic time has crippled her bottom line substantially.
It has been very slow, and really we would like to see this road finished. So the completion of this road, I think the business would pick up back, because this was a fast-going business, and really the business is very slow, and I don't think we're going to make it through if it carry on like this. My boss already have to cut staff and cut our time down so he could keep us, put something on our table, but really it's been very tough.
ZNS News visited the Market Street area and discovered that workmen were hard at work using shovels to scoop up asphalt and fill large holes that are visible in the road. Vehicular traffic was still being diverted in the area, causing a minor traffic jam. Owner of the Market Street beauty supply store, Wesley Ferguson, says his business has not seen a dip in numbers, and that's because he opted to speak with Ministry of Works officials to put up signs or make alternative routes for customers. Ferguson says this avenue and other marketing strategies should be something other business owners follow.
Road work that wasn't that bad to us. We had a fair amount of customer. Everything was fine. You know, the thing is, if you give customer service, you will have your customer. It doesn't matter where they come from. They're going to come and patronize your business, but if you don't give service, people don't want to come, and a lot of people don't do that.
Now Market Street business owners say they can't wait for the road improvement project to be completed so that they can not only get back to normal, but once more grab the attention of the business clientele they lost during the construction. LaDawn Davis, ZNS News.
The agreement the Bahamas signed with Cuba earlier this month is now sparking international reports on whether or not the Bahamas will seek oil exploration. An American online report indicated that Cuba currently produces about 90,000 barrels of oil daily, or about half of its overall needs, with the rest being imported from Venezuela. AltaV's Money spoke with the Minister of Environment, Earl DeVoe.
It was back in April when reports surfaced online that the Cuban government planned to drill 5 oil wells in the Gulf of Mexico this summer. The report stated that the Cuban government designated 59 blocks in Gulf waters encompassing 43,200 square miles to drill deep water test wells. Florida's Sun Sentinel Online reported last week that the Chinese self-propelled Scarabeo 9 semi-submersible rig, powered by 8 4.3 megawatt thrusters, left Singapore in August for Cuba. However, Monday's New York Post is reporting that the Obama administration is frantically gearing up for the start of Cuba's controversial offshore oil drilling in December, and is concerned about a possible British Petroleum Deepwater Horizon-like disaster for Florida, compounded by the lack of relations between the U.S. government and Cuba's communist regime. Now, the New York Post also reported U.S. Congress is to be briefed on the plan to deal with the tense issue. You may ask, then, what is the impact for the Bahamas? Apparently, the recent maritime agreement signed between the Bahamas and Cuba sparked reports in this weekend's Miami Herald that the Bahamas may now possibly consider oil exploration next year. As it stands now, the Minister of the Environment, Dr. Earl DeVoe, confirmed that government has no application in its possession for oil drilling.
BPC has a number of licenses, and they have done a lot of scientific work. We have been steadfast in our commitment that we will not authorize any drilling in the Bahamas prior to widespread public consultation on the matter and prior to having a high level of environmental oversight, regulations, and a legal means to basically manage petroleum exploration and discovery and exploitation in our country.
And there's no definite timeline on when public consultation will begin on oil exploration, but Minister DeVoe says public feedback is a major factor in the government's ultimate decision.
It is my hope that by mid-November we would have the Norwegian model, the Mexican model, and the Brazilian model that we could share with interested members of the public. And that would begin the process of determining how the Bahamas would develop its own model. This is a model for regulating and for, essentially it comes down to, do you permit exploration and drilling? And if you do, how do you regulate it so that it doesn't amount to an environmental disaster?
Minister DeVoe also maintained that it's the government's intention to protect our environment at all costs.
Our environment accounts for our way of life. Tourism has been our mainstay. Fishing is a significant contributor to our economy. The way of life we enjoy as Bahamians would change dramatically if we don't have a highly regulated oil industry in our waters or around our waters. That's why Bahamians were so fearful when the Deepwater Horizon oil spill occurred. That's why we're so concerned about what's going on in Cuba just south of us.
Altaviz Munnings, ZNS News.
Good news from the health sector tonight. Officials say there are no new clinical cases of dengue fever being reported, with as many as 1,400 cases of people previously reporting to various health clinics weekly since July with dengue-like symptoms. Deputy Chief Medical Officer Dr. Delon Brennan says the numbers have since tapered off.
We have not seen clinical cases of dengue that have been confirmed to be dengue for at least the past week or so, probably longer than that, but we're still collecting those numbers. So the outbreak has really tailed off to a level where we really aren't seeing cases anymore.
Brennan says the environment is a major factor for the decline.
Once the weather starts to drop some, the mosquitoes don't breed as quickly, and once it stops raining as much as it does during that rainy period, then you don't necessarily have as much mosquitoes because you don't have as many breeding sites. So all of that falls off. In addition, the public played a role in this as well because they went around and actually got rid of some of those mosquito breeding sites, and they let us know what was going on in their communities so that we could address that as well.
The clinics here in New Providence have now eliminated the extended hours and are back to normal hours of operation. The essential role of statistics in the development of the Bahamas highlighted today as Statistics Day is being recognized. It's an event celebrated annually on October 15th that takes place not only here in New Providence but throughout the Caribbean. Director of the Department of Statistics, Kelsey Dorsett, says the initiative is geared towards promoting statistics as a critical aspect of our daily lives.
Something as simple as knowing how your population is distributed allows private sector business persons to decide whether, we have 50% of the population of little children. We need to open up a couple toy companies and, that sort of thing that caters to young people. It enables government planners to decide, we need to have more clinics that will provide immunization. Likewise, for the elderly, we would know that we need to plan accordingly. Tourist statistic tells us exactly how we are doing in terms of the economy, what the people are spending, how does that impact our GDP figures, etc.
Now, if this topic intrigues you, you're in luck. This weekend, an exhibition will be held at the Mall at Marathon.